Good morning, Rabbi Isai. What's your name? From where?
Queens.
Shalom Aleichem. Welcome. Who else? You guys are shtickle new. What's your name? From? Flabbers. You? From? Boca. Psh, I like. Very nice. So what's your name? Shalom Aleichem. From? Long Island, New York. Welcome, welcome. We don't charge for sitting over here. You got him a coffee? Ari, no. After you step up, it's only 12,000 shekel. Let's go. Ari, no. I don't like complainers. You got to do something about it. I have to do it? You drink coffee every day, Ari? So pay for the machine. Let's go. 12,000 shekel, 12 tashlumim. You got it. We actually have a brand new one in a box in the kitchen, so you could pull that one out and put it together. Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? From London. Shalom Aleichem. All right. A couple of. Right. Today's the Boy Yom. Baruch. It's your son's. What's his name? Aryeh. What's his name? Aryeh. Mazel tov. Where is he? I don't see him. Mazel tov Baruch. Rabbi Isai, the New York tri-state area, Wives of MDY meet and greet event is going to be a lot of fun. They say this month's Shabbos in Staten Island, an event your wife won't want to miss. Sign up today. We have more sponsors, even another one in the 50,000 range, anonymous in honor of all the MDY wives and mothers that encourage us to do the daf. What?
That's not new.
That's not a new one? Oh. I saw three. The middle one, Zevachim Ishmas. First of all, we have Kamiansky. Nathan Kamiansky. That's every year, Baruch Hashem. Zevachim Ishmas, Moshe ben Peretz, Yuda Aryeh ben Yaakov HaKohen, V'chol Mishpachtoi Hashem Yinkam Davam. And then we have a bunch over here. I don't remember which ones is what. Olive Branch. That's one, I think. Rabbi Dr. Yoel Gelen, Moshe Zeli ben Yehuda, by the Gelen family. I think I might have said this, but it's okay. We could say it again. Howard Saif. L'refuah Shleima, Natan Yechiel, Zev ben Libadina. They should change that Yechiel. Oh, here's a good one. $15,000 from Ari Schwartz, Noble Wines. The quality of tradition. And there's a bunch of others. We're almost there. Rabbi say we're almost there. The last few, we only did two so far. The first year was a big, it cost us probably $300,000 in losses. The second year wasn't as bad. And this year we're hoping to at least break even. But it's all kedai. Even if it costs $300,000, it's kedai to give the oilam such a geschmack. It's unbelievable. By Joel Razin. It's been nearly a year since I last spoke with you. I've written to you. You may remember that I'm the guy who passed out just as you were about to begin the Hadron at last year's Shabbaton. We had two medical emergencies that Shabbaton. That event started the worst possible year for me medically. About 2 weeks after that, I went to Cleveland Clinic for lung surgery. In early February, I accidentally overdosed on my medication. I was rushed to the trauma center in Hackensack Hospital. Been told I was immediately taken to the ICU. One of my sons lives in Atlanta. He flew Sunday. After that, I went to rehabilitation for about 5 months. Why am I telling you all this? Certainly not for sympathy, but to relate how the daf can really change a person's life. For the first few months, I had lost my memory. The first few memories, listen to this. The first few memories which I recall returning to me were some of the snippets of the AI animation that make the daf so very special to me. I made great progress. I have a long way to go. I hope to come to live share in Ramat Bet Shemesh. I suffered a little brain damage. Did ask my wife to bring my Daf Yomi Talmud. Sad to say. Bekitzer, he's upset that he missed a whole month worth of dafim. But you were sick. It's fine. Finally advised do the daf that day. However, I have no idea how to catch up with the missed shiur. Sure. Perhaps you have some suggestions. In any case, I will daf as often as I'm physically able to. Please send my regards to my MDY friends in Bet Shemesh. Your Talmud Yossi Rosner, Teaneck, New Jersey. It's not the Yossi Rosner. Where's Rosner? I haven't seen him. Wow. Shamshi, you got to get on this. Where is he? Motzei Shabbos entertainment in Lakewood. Rabbi said Motzei Shabbos entertainment in Lakewood. Down kids enjoying the latest shir from Rebelli. We enjoyed the shir in Lakewood. Thank you for coming and all you do to make Torah so sweet and for so many Yidden. Amram learned almost 90 daf since the summer. Thank you. The Down family, assuming that's one of the boys. Oh, the enthusiastic at this week's launch of new Borough Park Shir watch location just for Motzei Shabbosim. Wow, is it? Oh, this person. Oh, that is Peretz Chaim. All in the front. Turn the Daf sponsor of Dear Belly. We're sponsoring the Zadar Global. We're sponsoring the Turn the Daf this month. And married my partner's grandfather, Yehuda Doyev Galpert, who was recently nifted at the age of 98. He's a Holocaust survivor who, after losing all his siblings in the war and witnessing his father's brutal death just weeks before liberation, returned to his hometown of Munkach, where he was caught behind the Iron Curtain. In 1979, he moved to New York with his family, which today consists of children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. May the Neshama have a big aliyah from the schusim of our learning. Our Simon Adar Global, the Neshama should have an aliyah. And the White Booth at Home Care Show, New Jersey, Dear Belly Power Events has undertaken to reserve a booth at every one of their conferences so that more Yidden can join MDY and become part of the Daf Revolution. We already did 3 shows with them. This Tuesday and Wednesday, the Home Care Show is completely sold out. Yet a booth was set aside especially for MDY, as discussed in a car Lakewood with Rebelli. Power is a strong believer in giving back. I remember that shoes now, with the sushi over there. And it's been a real joy to hear from the people who signed up and are now learning the Daf every single day because of this. P.S. The show attracts a very mixed crowd of home care executives, mostly not Yidden, so we'll have to be careful who we attract. Thank you, Mickey Cohen and Joel Wall, Passaic, New Jersey. Yishkoich again for the sushi. The second sponsor, David Solomon. Dedicated in memory of Meir Shmuel Baruch Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv Zechron Levracha. Mesech sponsor anonymous Lili Nishmas Doidi Shlomi Yehuda Zechron Levracha Ben Shmuel Chaim Zechron Levracha. Shokad V'Lomen Kochim Kol Chayav anonymous. Zech Nishmas Nochem Tzvi Ben David. Sponsored by Skyview Capital in honor of our friends Mary Kovacs, Taki, Baruch Atah, Shalom Shakor Niyabed V'Roy, and Shavchi Shlafrak. The devotion, Torah study, and the shir. You asked me why I made a bracha there. That's where I remember to drink, right there by Shamshi Shlavrak. Joel Gedalius, Lili Nishmas, my father, Jack Gedalius, anonymous, Hatzlach Baruchnis Ubegashmius. Anonymous, Brachad Blidai, this is the monthly sponsors. Baruch Tzvi Dissim, Ben Shoshan Leo, Yudah Ben Yom Minchava, Tzvi Jacobs, for Refuah Shlema, for Bracha Bat Chana. Weekly sponsors, anonymous. For Shlema, for Tinok Ben Chana Ilana. Ushi Weissman, to Anonymous by Anonymous, in memory of Anonymous. Daily sponsors, anonymous. Ushi Weissman, to anonymous, by anonymous. Ushi Weissman calls himself anonymous in memory of anonymous. Maybe he's saying that no more anonymouses, in memory. Anonymous, Lilu Nishmas Menachem David ben Nasan, Leah Karis, in memory of Dovber, Eliezer ben Pesach Krieger on his 10th yard side. Lilu Nishmas Maris Miril Shalamis Bas Pinchas on her 44th yard side by her children. The Shamas should have an aliyah. By Mordechai Sepasnik, Zech Nishmas, Rav Feivel Cohen, Rav Shraga Feivel ben Rabbi Eliezer Cohen Zech Tzak Devrach Mechaber Badi Shulchan upon his yard side. May the Shama have an aliyah. Mazel Tov, Tzviki, on your birthday, Chavav Cheshem, Mazel Tov, on completing a year with MDY from Tati and Mami. I don't know which Tzviki that is. Is it Tzviki from Toronto? Is it? Oh my, you're not going to believe this. I'm MS, I did not see the sponsorships. By Jeff Rosner. That's not him. Oh, this is Yossi Rosner. Okay, Jeff Rosner. Yossi Raz's 3rd yard side. Lili Nishmas Habocher Yosef. Okay. Lili Nishmas Habocher Yosef Simcha Chaim Zechron Levracha Ben Yibadal Chaim Shlomo Yehuda. The Shama should have an aliyah. MDY Art monthly. Yehonatan Eitan Bebesheva Bracha. Before Shleima. He's sitting right over here. He sat over here last night for the Hebrew. Before Shleima Mordechai ben Esther. Before Sayela Daniel Zev ben Nayelet Esther. Rabbi say we have a daf. We're going to have a throwing contest in the middle of the daf. We're going to do Malika in the middle of the daf. It's going to be what a daf. Daf. Samach Daled Omud Aleph on the top. 2 lines down. Samach Daled Omud Aleph. We learned in the Mishnah that the southwest corner of the Mizbeach, the corner that everybody remembers, the corner that has the two drain pipes in the bottom, right over there, the southwest corner. There's three things you do below the red line, three things you do above the red line. So under the red line, you do the chatas bird. You also do the shirayim, and you do the hagasha. Here, let's show all three of them. Chatas bird, boom. Okay, hagasha. You have a mincha, you take it and you touch that corner, not the stuff that you did a kmitza with, everything else. And the shirayim, we know very well. Oh, givaldik. Those three things on the bottom of the mizbeach. So that we learned yesterday, that we learned it from a mincha. Hagashos, and how do you know that you go close with the mincha, you touch the corner of the mizbeach? The chsiv v'gisha el pnei mizbeach. Pnei mizbeach. If you're looking at the mizbeach, the ramp is the front of the mizbeach. That's the face of the mizbeach, and that's in the south. So we do it over there. Shiore Adam, the chsiv veis kol adam apor yishboch el yisoid hamizbeach. But this is very important because in that pasuk it also says yishboch el yisoid mizbeach asher pesach oil moed. So it should be facing the heichal, the oil moed, the ulam, and therefore we do it on the south side. Milamalo. And what do you do on top of the red line? Nisuch hamayim b'hayayin. Here, the beautiful nisuch hayayin. You see how it comes out on the bottom? There's a little, like faucet. It comes out and it goes into the draining pipes that we learned that in the second Beis HaMikdash they put drainage in the mizbeach itself. In the first Beis HaMikdash it fell over the wall. The wine went over the wall. I'm not sure, like, people ask me this, like, what's with all the blood and the wine all over the place, like on the walls and on the floor? It's like, it was a beautiful thing. And nobody scrubbed it down. Okay. Don't know exactly how it worked. So they used to pour the water on Sukkot, the yayin they do. Rabbi said, which korbanos do you do wine with? Rabbi, you remember? Shlomim and Oyla. Shlomim and Oyla. Anytime you bring Oyla, wine. Anytime you bring a Shlomim, wine. Va'oilas ha'oif, kishirabo ba'mizrach. Oh, when there's an overflow, there's too much, there's traffic on the eastern side of the mizbeach. Let's say that I'm just grabbing this as a mizbeach. This is the east side right over here. When there's too many, then you go over here to this side and you do it over here. You don't want to go over here. This is too far away. We're going to explain right now. My time, oh, where's the Beis Hadeshen? There was a place on the floor in the bottom of the Azara, right next to the ramp, where every morning the Kohen would take coals. We're going to see soon. He would first move the coals around a little bit, take from the dead coals, and pour it onto the floor of the Azara, and it would disappear. And we have the video. But notice how when he gets down from the ramp, he has to walk about a third way up the ramp, like the distance of the ramp. In other words, 10 amma. So here he's taking coals. He walks down the ramp. And then what? And then he just walked. Chaval, we don't see him walking. But you see, he's not at the edge of the ramp. He's not at the corner. He walked back towards the mizbeach about 10 amma, 1/3. Yeah, this is the kevish. Is how long is the kevish, Rabbi Isai? 32. The kevish itself, 32. So he just walked about 10 amma, placed it down there. It's supposed to be 3 tvachim distance from the wall. So that's what you do with the deshen. That's every morning, the first thing in the morning, before you do any karbanas, that's what the kohen does. So what does that have to do with us? Why do you do the oila on the eastern corner, and then if you don't have room there, you go on the western corner? Says the Gemara, The Kohanim, they were very, very, very strong. How do I know? The lightest thing on a bird, birds in general, I don't know if you ever had the schus of lifting up like a dead pigeon off your porch, but they're extremely light. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to fly. The lightest thing in the bird is its feather and its crop, the mura. Here, let's show what the, I don't know what it is. What's the mura? What does he call it? Crop?
It's like right underneath his...
Like this thing, the zefek. Why is it called zefek? Okay. Sometimes the kohen has to throw it more than 60 feet. 60 feet. I brought some noitzos. Reb Nachman, you want to see how far you can throw a noitza?
You can't. It doesn't go.
What are you talking about here? Take one. Yeah. We're going to do a throwing. How's your arm? Yeah, you got an arm? All right, go. Throw it towards Gary. See how far you go. Don't hurt yourself. All the way to Gary. Go. Oh.
Where am I throwing?
All the way to Gary. Yeah, here. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Go. I'm talking about 60 amma.
It's impossible to throw this 60 down.
Whoa.
Hello.
Who else?
You don't do it all.
You have a good arm. You have a good arm.
By the way, there are smaller feathers.
I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way to Gary. Wow. All right. I could be a kohen. 60 feet. Wow. I can't even throw a football 60 feet.
It doesn't fly. That's the problem.
And a night, so what? Huh? Well, oh, you guys. Here, get over here. We got some kids. You got an arm? Who has an arm here?
It's a mirror.
Get over here. Get over from Boca. I know you have an arm. I can tell. I can tell you're an athlete. Hello, did you see mine? It's not bad. Did I hit the coffee machine? Go.
Whoa, Boca. Yeah.
All right, let's go. But you had it was good form. It was good form.
Try again. Give another shot.
Now, this is going to be very cool. How do we get to 30 amma? 30 amma. So, anybody who's good at math over here? Yeah. Who's good at math? No? Okay, we're going to do very simple math. It's very geschmack. The snan. So, the snan. Not a machta shel kesef. V'ala l'reish hamizbeach. Let's see if we have it here. This is, check this out. Rabbi Isai. Oh. He goes over here. This is really true Sadesh and I think the other one that we showed from the Tapuach in the middle. He takes coals over here. What? Oh, it was good? Okay. We had an argument yesterday in Shir. I said from logic, it doesn't make sense that you take the shovel and go all the way around his back like you have to do for everything else. So I just said it goes like this. And then Menachem Ates sent me. Yeah? That was right? That it's this way. Yeah? The Olam didn't like it. They said it goes around, and to me it didn't make sense. I don't know why. Like to take a shovel full of hot coals, go all the way around his back, it just didn't. And he said that's what they say. It's, you take it and you come right back down. Great. So that's the pathway. Okay. Nothing new. We said this already. This is different, and we should really, if somebody remembers to tell Yoshi, maybe if you can right now, tell Yoshi that in the video of the Trumas Hadeshen, you should show him moving the coals from side to side. Eilach ve'eilach. You know what I'm saying? He makes a little bit of a seder over there with the coals that were burning overnight. And he takes from the ones that are not lit anymore, the ones that died out, and he goes down. He comes down to the floor. Now he starts walking, like you see in this picture right over here. He walks in the opposite direction. He came down the ramp. Now he's retracing his feet, his footsteps, but on the bottom, going north. And he goes, it's on the east side of the ramp. That's the east side. You can see in the Zivian a compass here. And that's the east side of the ramp. How much? Ketzer amos. He goes about 10 amos, 20 feet. He gathers them, puts them on the floor. That's also not 100% accurate in our video. Maybe it means minimum 3 tfachim. It looks at what?
This chart, it's better.
Why? That doesn't look like 3 tfachim to me. Because the width of the mizbech is 16 amma. So that's about an amma, 2 amma, I don't know. But okay. Oh, this is all this for this point. This is the place where you put the feather. You throw the feather. Now think about it. The kohen at this point he does the oila on this corner. You see on the east side, southeast corner. So he has to take the feather and toss it over here. It's far. It's a longer distance than this base medrash, but it's not as far as from over here. From over here, it's 30 amma, the Gemara says, to go all the way across and land right over there. Let's see. No, it has also the mura. It has the I don't know how much a mura. Magam shenois the mura v'noitza v'dishun mizbeach hapnimi. When they clean out the inner mizbeach, what do they do in the inner mizbeach? The ketores every day, twice a day. So there's a bunch of coals in there. Clean it out. And they have to sraifes apsilas. They have to burn the wicks. So they put it over there in that area, and it disappears. So now let's do the math. It's geschmack and math. If you don't like this stuff, it's going to be over in 2 minutes. But if yes, here we go. The ramp, first of all, the length of the ramp we said is how long? 32. The width of the ramp is how much? 16. So the ramp only takes up half of the width of the mizbech. The mizbech is 32. The ramp is 16. 32 minus 16 is how much? 16. We're missing 16 amma. But the ramp is smack in the middle. So 16 divided by 2, because you take 8 amma for the right side of the ramp, 8 amma on the left side here. So I do it like this. From this point to the end of the mizbech is 8 amma. From this point to the end of the mizbech is 8 amma. That's how you divide the 16 that's left over. Now when the kohen stands up top over here, doing the avodah for the oila, he's actually 3 ammas into the mizbeach. As we know, there's the bottom, there's the base, the soivev, and the karen. So it's 3 ammas. You have to take off the 8. So what are you left with? 5. So 5 plus 16 is how much? 21. So that's why we have 21 amma from where the kohen is standing to the end of the ramp. 16 plus 5 is 21. Now we have to do the other direction. From where the Beis Hadeshin is, so we have 32 amma. The ramp is 32 amma, but he just walked 10 amma up. So you take 10 amma off the 32. So it's 22. Plus where the kohen is standing, because he's standing a little back, so it's 23 amma. So Rashi does like a yeshivish kind of calculation here. He says, if one side is 23 and the other side is 21, let's make both sides 22. You take off 1 amma from here and you put it on the other place. It's 22 by 22. Rashi wants to get to a square because we have a yesod in Masechtas Sukkah, which is it's good for like be'erach math. It's almost, the Gemara says kol amsa biribua amsa v'trei balachsoina. If you have a 1 by 1 square, so what's the distance on the diagonal? 1 2/5. 1 2/5. So the diagonal will be 1 2/5, 1.4. So Mamela, if you have a square that's 22 by 22, so the diagonal is 22 times 1.4, or 1 2/5, which equals 30.8. So Mamela comes out that the kohen took it from that corner, and the diagonal to that place over there, which is really a little bit more because we have 3 tfachim distance. If it was on the wall of the kevesh, so it would be 30.8. It's now really 31. So that's the Gemara is going to ask right away. It's not 30, it's 31. Because if you do 30.8 plus the 3 tfachim is a half a amma. So it's more than 3.8. It's already 31 plus. So ask the Gemara, should we do the calculation again, or are we good? You good? Oh yeah, it's added here. What do you mean? Yeah, I forgot to show it. Sorry. 21 plus 23, 21, I've never learned this ever, so I don't know. Fine. Beseder. The Beis Hadeshin is the blue box on the bottom. Very good. So we said this. Ask the Gemara, there's more than 31. It's more than 31? Says the Gemara, but if you take the area of the kohen himself, which is an amma, a person stands in an amma, a person has an amma area, remove that, so you're down to 30. Okay. New sugya, Rabbi say. It says that everybody that goes, let's do this again, it was gewaldik, very, very simple stuff, but it makes a big difference. Any avodah that you do on the Mizbeach, you start on the right side. So I gave a whole drasha the other day how it's proper to walk on the right side of the sidewalk. You know, if people are coming towards you, it's the minhag ha'olam. You go to the right, and the other guy goes to the left, and everybody's beseder. So a guy writes to me, but in England it's the reverse, and I didn't know that. It's good that he told me, because you don't want to do that chil Hashem. You walk, here's the Jew again. He's walking the right side. It's a chil Hashem. So people give you these looks like, wow, what a chutzpah! You're walking the wrong side of the sidewalk. So here we go. Here he makes right turns. The entire time he's making right turns. And we explained over here. It looks like it's left turns. No, Ari. I explained it already. I explained it.
Down like this.
When you look at the Mizbeach, the first one is a right. But you continue making right turns. Why? Because when you hug the Mizbeach, this is the Mizbeach, yeah? If I'm standing this way, so I'll be making a left turn. You're right. But I'm not standing this way. I give respect to the Mizbeach. I'm going to be standing this way. I constantly go this way. I'm leading with my right arm, so I'm making right turns. The whole time I'm making right turns. You weren't at that chair where I got up? I guess not. Okay. So you're making right turns. That's everything. Besides the 3 things. Did I not show that? Here we go. There are 3 things. The wine. Where do you pour the wine? On the top left corner. On the southwest corner, which is top left over here. Wine, water, and the oila sa'if. So take a look at it. He's going to be going on the left side of the ramp. People are going to give him looks. And he goes straight there, straight. The question is why? Why are these 3 things different? My time. Why are they different? Because I'm concerned, interesting, if you bring it through all the smoke that's going on in the Mizbeach from all the korbanos, the smoke will damage the wine. And you can't bring damaged wine to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because this oila bird might die before you get to the Malika from all the smoke. We have a Gevalika video. I guess Yoshi was not happy with that email about the chata smoking, so he went on steroids over here. This is the oila bird. Smoked his entire life, and then he came to the okay. Shema Thomas Basham.
That's the answer. You get rid of the birds.
Okay. Sense of humor. Okay. So, and then I said, this is what I heard. For Baruch Weisberger, Zechron Lebracha, when he had Yenamachal, so they said there's a certain drug that can help him. So then they did a test. They said, no, you're a smoker. You can't, it's not going to help you. So he said, I never smoked in my life. Turns out that the guys in yeshiva, they were smoking next to him, the secondhand smoke. They said, you can't. It's like, whatever. Go on a thing here. Usually in America, it's not a big thing. In Eretz Yisrael, it's like 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, they smoke. Today it's with the vapes. But the secondhand smoke is not a good thing. So Zog the Gemara, in weddings, that's Nervayim, the weddings. You go to a wedding, in some places, just smoke. What about Isra Ritzicha? Yeah. It's the same guy that drove in the left lane 50 miles an hour and parked in 3 spots. And then he gets in there and he starts smoking. It's the same guy.
He walked on the left side.
And he walked on the left side and didn't care. Yeah. Erev Shabbos. By the way, on there's the Tesla charging station right in a lot by the mall, and 2 Arabs show up in their BMW Jeeps, very expensive cars, and they knew right away. They go straight to the Tesla charging station, pull in. Why? Because the Tesla charging station is on the mall, by the door to the mall. So it's the best spot. You don't have to cross the street. You don't have to go to the parking lot. You get free parking if you charge. Now, if you don't charge, Tesla doesn't know, and who's going to give you a ticket? So they come in there and they just park, and they take up all the spots. So now, if you're a Tesla and you want to charge, you can't charge because this Arab decided it's only Arabs. And I was watching there because I was the other guy that didn't have a Tesla, also an Arab. I said, well, machpatli, it's messing up the Jews. Who cares? And then I see them running away. What happened? Like a pakach came with his car, so they jumped in the car and they ran like little. Anyways. You gotta be considerate, Rabbi say, considerate. Not those guys, us. My dino just gave the whole olam an idea where to park in the morning. Raminu, is it true that the smoke actually damages the wine? So this is a halacha about a kohen gadol. A regular kohen, if he wants to perform the avodah, you hear, Rabbi? How is it? If you wanna do the avodah in the Beis Hamikdash, could you do the avodah? You have to go through a whole process of a raffle, of this, that. Then they decide who does the avodah. The kohen gadol, because he's the top, he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. So he decides he's going to do this oila, let's say, and the oila comes with wine. Maybe the kohen gadol is a little different. No. Meinu maschil. Where does he start? Mekeren droimus mizrachos. He starts in the corner that we're talking about the entire time. Right over there. That's the southeast corner, right? The one on top is southwest, the one on the bottom is southeast. That's where he starts. The Kitzer, he does like everybody else. Mizrachos, and here, follow him. Now he's over there. Tzfanis Maravis, and finally gets to Maravis Droimus. Okay. And he has wine to pour. Now the question is, he just made this whole entire circle with wine. Isn't the wine going to get destroyed? And what's the answer? Omer Rabbi Yochanan, hakafa beregel. Hakafa beregel, what does that mean? That he doesn't have the wine in his hand. He did the circle by foot. In other words, without anything in his hands. And then somebody passed him the wine. He's the kohen gadol. He has guys helping him. So another kohen passed him the wine when he got to that southwest corner. Don't worry about it. The wine is perfect. The Samchdal Beis. We'll do that in a second. They give him, it says. They give him wine. What does it mean they give him wine? What it should have said in the Gemara is, they tell him, hey, pour the wine. No, they give him wine. What does it mean they give him wine? Because he didn't have the wine in his hand. He did the whole circle without the wine in his hand, so they have to give it to him. Shema Mino. Turning of the Daf, Adar Global, he has a new one, no? Didn't he say, is this it? I don't remember. Let's see. Let's go back over here. What was his name? Yudadoiv Galpert. Okay, I got it. So that's the new one. Okay, back over here. Yuda doi very Yisrael Zechron Bracha. Anonymous says, "It's chos v'atzlach and ruchnis in gashmius." Judah Elisheva Batya Schlesinger for atzlach and simcha for Yol Yuda ben Dvora Elisheva Miriam Baschana and Batya Bas Elisheva Miriam. Torah Abanah. Kol oilam mizbeach oilam derech yamin v'yoilam derech small. Exact same thing that we discussed. So the arrow on the bottom of the screen, that's yamin. If you're facing the, let's go back over here. You see the kohen, little kohen on the bottom? This kohen. What side of the mizbeach is he on? The right or the left? Right. The right. It's his right hand on the right side. So when he goes up, he goes on the right. Not like in London, like in New York. You go on the right side of the sidewalk. When he goes down to the opposite side of the mizbeach, the left side. His left hand right now. If you want to know more specific, in Chicago they would say he goes up on the east side. And he goes down on the west side. If you're from New York, you have no idea what they're talking about. So that's why it says it both. Yamin and Smoil and Mizrach and Ma'ariv, fine. Besides, if you go for the wine and for the oil sa'if, sha'olim derech Ma'ariv, yordim derech Ma'ariv. So the first time when we learned this 2 daf ago, I wasn't sure. I was like arguing with Yoshi, but then he brought me the art scroll, which the art scroll got from over here, that it's actually, I said maybe he goes up on the right and comes down right away on the left instead of going all the way around. He said no. So he was right, Kobe was right, that what? You go up on the left side of the mizbech and come right back down on the same side. And then the Gemara says, Oilam derech yamin, v'yor derech yamin. Ask the Gemara, derech yamin, derech smalu. Why does it say that you go up on the right? You're going up on the left. And you go down on the left. Omer avina tni small. You're right, it's a mistake, you have to put in the word small. Rav Amar no. My yamin the mizbeach. Umay small the gavra. Basically, it's the question is, what's your vantage point? The kohen right now, you see the little guy in the corner, it's his right and left. But if you're, let's say, the tapuach, that circle on the mizbeach, and you're looking down the ramp, so it's the reverse. It's like a mirror. He's looking down, so it's the mizbeach's right, and the mizbeach's left. And it's the kohen's left and his right. It's just how you're looking at it. If you're standing on the bottom of the ramp looking upwards, it's your right and your left. If you're on the ramp looking downwards, it's the reverse, because you're looking in the opposite direction. What?
It says oidim, so it's when you're oidim, it's to the left.
No, it's referring to the mizbeach. And the Gemara says, the mizbeach. It doesn't make sense. Just use one language. Say either refer to the person on the bottom of the ramp or the person on the top of the ramp. Or the gavra, kasha. Okay. Rava liked this more. Instead of saying there was a mistake in the Bryson, you have to say instead of yamin, you write smile. Reminds you of that pasuk, yeah? You have to listen to the Rabbanim. He didn't like that. Let's change the nusach. It's better to have a question, like why don't you use the same language than saying that, we have to switch the lashon. New Mishnah. We're going to try to get, I hope we could get to if we get to the Mishnah and we have a few minutes to do, great. If not, we'll just do it tomorrow and we'll be able to catch up. Because the Mishnah finishes like 10, 15 lines into Samachay. It's all about Oyla, and then we have a shorter Amudim later on. So says the Mishnah, Chatas ha'oif ketzad loisanasis. If a person has to bring a chatas, bird. So we spoke about it. If a person can afford a regular chatas in certain situations, he brings a bird. Ketzad loisanasis. Hayamoylek is roisha mimul arpa. The oiref is the back of the head, right over here. Mimul arpa would mean lower down. In other words, the opposite side of where you shecht a chicken. Chicken you shecht in the front of the neck, and melika, which is done with the long nail of the kohen, is in the back of the neck. Mimul arpa means this is not called oirif, this part of the neck. The top part of the head is called oirif. So mimul arpa means go lower down from the to over here, and that's where it's done. The einoi mavdil, and you don't separate the head. Now Rashi says it doesn't mean to separate the head. Let's see the pasuk. It says in the pasuk like this. Like we just said, you should do malika in the back of the neck. And do not separate. So Rashi says it doesn't mean literally not to separate the head. It means don't sever both simanim, the kan and the veshet, the esophagus and the trachea. Same thing, but we gotta be meduyuk over here. Art school style, trachea. So, since a bird you could check by going through one, go through one and do not go. You're not allowed to go through both simanim. Oh, I heard a Moiridik Vart. I think it might be a Hasidic Vart. I'm going to say Beloshen Akiyah. Anybody wants to take it, and yesterday somebody screamed, oh, they say about, let's just say, when a Jew does something good, yeah? Jew saved somebody's life, I don't know what. So what does the guy say? The guy says, oh, halavai, all the Jews should be like that. When a Jew does something bad, he does a Ponzi scheme or something, he says, all the Jews are getting of him, they're all this, they're all that. So they say, when it's a oila, or it's a chatos. Chatos is bad. It's for a bad thing. Loy mavdil. He says, all the Jews are the same. By a oila, they say, no, it's mavdil. You have to, he did a good thing. It's only him. It's only him. It's not for, okay? No, it's a good way to remember it also. By a chatos, they're not mavdil. You're not mavdil. You don't go through the two simanim. And then you take the bird and you swing it towards the mizbeach. I think we have it actually. Here we go. Here's a chatos geschmack. It's a little bit of an exaggeration of how much blood is there. Whoa. It's a well-fed pigeon from Mendy's porch. Oh. Shiyara Adam, if there's anything left over after that, it's hard to believe there's anything left over after that. Then you do this, you give it a good kvetch on the wall. When it comes to chatos, all the mizbeach receives, so to speak, to eat is the blood. And what do you do with the meat of the pigeon? The rest goes to the kohen. You take the blood from the actual bird. Okay, it said how you do it. You hold on, you make sure the head doesn't fall off. You don't have to hold the head, but you hold the head in the body, and you do as a Al-Kir HaMizbeach, it must be on the wall of the Mizbeach. What do we learn from this? V'lo Al-Kir HaKevesh. And Dafka the Mizbeach, the 32 Amma of the Mizbeach, and not the 32 Amma of the ramp. V'lo Al-Kir Heichal, and make sure you don't spray it on the Heichal. V'lo Al-Kir Ulam, it doesn't help you if you do it on the Ulam. Veza, what wall? Zekir Adachton, below the red line like you see in this picture. Perhaps it's on the upper, above the red line. Vidino, and I can learn it from a simple Kal V'chomer. Listen to this Kal V'chomer. When it comes to an animal carbon, there's two animal carbonas. You have the chatas and the oila. What goes above the red line? What goes below the red line? The chatas goes above the red line. So when it comes to an animal, the animal carbon the chatas is more important than the oila. The chatas goes above the red line. Says the Gemara, so then when it comes to the birds, shouldn't the chatas be more important than the oila? Where do we do an oila bird? Above the red line. So certainly the chatas bird should be above the red line. You take the chatas animal, you put it above the red line, whereas the oila is below the red line. But the bird oila, which is above the red line, and certainly the bird chatas should be above the red line. No, the blood that's left over should drip down to the mizbeach. And what does that mean? So says the Gemara, if you were to take the blood of the bird and squeeze it out on the upper wall, what are the chances the blood is going to drip down to the bottom base, like the Torah says? The Torah says it should be on the bottom base. Very little. Why? Because there's a ledge, there's a 1 amma ledge, and even if there's enough blood to get all the way down to the bottom, it's going to hit the ledge. So Mela makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that it's the Rabbi Yisai. If you want to know what time it is, just watch Dambi. He leaves at 8:00 every day. It's good. I don't want to make fun, but I'm happy that he's here. But he's a medayik, mamish to the second. So that's how I know that you should start off on the bottom. As the Gemara of an avid meiloi, v'od an avid mitatoi. Maybe you should do both. Maybe you should do a little hazah on the top, and then the kvetch should be on the bottom. Omarava, and then you'll be able to everything. You don't have the whole situation here. Omarava miksiv yimatzah yimotziksiv. It doesn't say you should squeeze it on the bottom. It says it will drip down to the bottom. The only way that it could drip down on the bottom is if you start on the bottom. If you cheat and you give it a squeeze, okay, yishkoyach, you can start from the bottom. But it says that it should by itself get to the bottom. So maybe I know that the whole thing starts on the bottom. The memela mashma. Okay. Omar Rav Zutra bar Tivi Omarav. Omar Rav Zutra bar Tivi Omarav. Ketzam molkim chadasoif. How does it look? How do you do malika? Oiches gapav b'shtei boys, ushtei raglayim b'shtei boys. So Yoshi worked really hard on this. I don't know if this is going to work today. It was a little bit better last night, but after I did a malika on it, this bird had better days. Okay, Shmak, it has legs and everything. He built this from scratch. I don't know, from Play-Doh or something. Oh, came out. The wing came out. It's like, okay. There's two ways, says the Gemara, to do malika. Either you're grabbing it, it's on your palm like this, or it's on your hand like this. Okay? So two ways. Let's say it's on. You're holding like this. So you grab the two wings together, and with these two fingers you grab the wings. So you see he's in my palm, and these two feet, they go between these two fingers. So now I have a nice grab on him. Now here goes his head. This is his head. I grab his head and pull it over my thumb. So, something like that. I pulled a little bit too hard, so he's meis gevarin, but I could do tchisa meis, put it back. Okay. And then with this hand, the Gemara now understands, with this hand, I give him a malika on the back of his neck, like this. I'm holding him nicely, he can't move. I was thinking to myself, the best would be if I had a live pigeon here, it'd get a lot of views. But how, first of all, I can't touch really pigeons, but I can't believe that I could grab the pigeon. They move their wings like crazy. It'll be like, oh, how do you grab him with two fingers? This is mamish. He's nice and docile. He's not doing anything. Okay. And then like that. So that's on this side. Now, so these two fingers, the fingers closest to your index finger and your middle finger, the ones closest to your thumb, you grab the wings. The pinky and the one next to the pinky, whatever it's called, grab its feet. So now you have your thumb available, and you grab the neck and you pull it over your thumb. And it's nice and stretched out, and then you give a thing with your nail. Umolko. But in the Bryce it says,
what's holding the neck down?
What?
What's holding the neck down?
Probably, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Like this maybe. I don't know. Good question. Maybe you pull it once and it stays there. It's like elastic. I don't know. There's a few shilas here. I'm doing Be'erach. If you're a Kohen and you're in the Beis HaMikdash tomorrow, Beis Hashem, don't do it based on this demonstration. This is for demonstration purposes only. But in the Bryce it says, Tzipara milabar. The bird is on the outside. So now, it's very similar. You see how the bird is on the inside of my hand, like this? So now we're going to put the bird on the outside. So we take his wings, and we pull the wings down, and we do the same thing again. These two fingers, Rabbi Isai, grab the two wings. but he's on the outside of my hand now. These two guys go between these two fingers. So now I have like this. So now the Gemara says, now I'm not so clear how this works. Whatever. You pull this neck above two fingers. Maybe it means this and this. I'm not exactly sure. You get the neck to over here. And then with this finger, you're able to do Malika. Okay? Let me just get him back in here. Okay. Like this. Yeah? I'm grabbing the wings with this finger. I'm grabbing the and the Malika. That's one way. The other way would be to do it with one hand. Like this. Like this. You see? And then with my thumb, somehow I'm grabbing and I'm doing Malika. Now, the Gemara says this is the hardest thing to do in the Beis HaMikdash. You hear, Avi? To kill a bird like this, to come all the way around and pull, and they're flapping like crazy. They don't stop.
Not anymore.
Full, look who's here. I didn't even notice you. Wow. It's a good thing I didn't call you Yitzchak today. What?
They'll probably make you on your hand and all that too.
Oh, we're not going to go into that. You hold the wings with your two fingers, and 2 feet with the 2 fingers. And you stretch out its neck on the width of 2 fingers, and then you do Malika. I showed you the way to do it, holding with the left, doing Malika with your right. But if you do it all with one hand, says Taisus, this is avoid kasha shebamigdash. It is very, very difficult. Says the Gemara Zui v'suloi. What? That's the only thing that's difficult. If you grab, especially very baked goods that are already baked, sometimes you have to do it when it's baked, and you go like this, and you have to break it with your thumb and break it with your pinky and be exactly, and it should not come out of your finger at all. That's also very difficult. And also the chafina, that you have to grab 2 handfuls. I did a whole demonstration, and you do it, you pour it with your mouth, the whole thing. Very hard. It's one of the very difficult things in the Beis HaMikdash. It's not the hardest, it's one of the tough ones. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.